basics of punching a 16mm round hole in a piece of 16mm square bar. It's 5/8 round and 5/8 square. I'm using little bits and pieces I learned from bar and drill when doing tools to make the tools curriculum in Mississippi. Doing that class, this is the way you pick this kind of stuff up. So the general principle is, you want to make a clean finished hole. So rather than rooting your way through it and then having a lot of suck down, we're trying to take this, a finesse route would be the term, the way to describe it. We're taking a finessed route rather than a brute route, yet it still tends to be pretty efficient. So obviously we have this punch here, very slender taper to it, and it's got this V grind. This is a punch, this isn't a chisel. And it punches a plug, go all the way until you're near to your angle, you flip it over, there's a bullseye, and you punch the plug out. And theoretically the plug comes out cleanly. You mess up and that's it. Then we have our slot opener. This is a slot. If we take a round drift and shove that in there, it's not going to work unless you can put gouges on the side of it. So we take a slot opener that starts as a flat and then tapers to a round. Then we go undersized round, that's 1/2 inch, proud of 1/2 inch actually, it's more like 9/16. And then we go to a full 5/8 true material size drift. So this, warning, this will mess up your vernier calipers if you do this, but this is just a simple way. If I set this to 8mm, I'm trying to find the middle of a bar, I can scribe it like that. There are center finders, whatever. This will mess it up. This is not an accurate tool. This is a tool that I keep in my pocket, and I know where it is when I need to do rough work, what I'm doing. And then I can, take a tool across there. Then I have a square that I can lay out with a center punch. If this is hardened, use this. This particular one isn't. I do like to harden it. Another thing I learned from Ron was, you then use that. So I mark myself up in the center, start with a pinprick. Check on there. And this is a square center punch. Same kind of theory as using it with that. Because I have the two corners of the square line up to create a line that I can sight this down. If this were hardened, I'd use this and it would be a lot better than using just a center punch. And lay out with this, and you don't have to worry about getting it this way and that way when it's hot. So I can put these to the side of my messy tool tray and I can get punching. I'll heat this up now. So I've got the piece hot, and the joy of a square centre punch as well is you can see it while it's hot. So I give it a pinprick, check the square, give it another pinprick, and I'm a little off centre, I can angle it, and then start to go straight down. Now I should have worn a glove. This is a little bit hot, and I hit once, take it out. This means that I can sight down my hole a little easier. So we're putting a 5/8 long slot down a 5/8 square piece of bar, and I'm almost at the anvil. I'm going to give it one more hit. And I can feel I'm at the anvil. I cool my tool and I'm going to flip my piece over. See the bullseye? I'm going to hit it. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to shine the bullseye. There we go, I see it. It's just in there. And I'm going to make sure your tool is cool at this stage. This is the point that you will damage your tool. Unless you go straight through the anvil, then you'll always damage your tool. So I make sure I'm there. Just get it all set out, and this is a slow process. Keep cooling my tool, hit it once, take it out. Relatively straight there, and I can go 1, 2, 3. Plug is almost out. As you can see, it's hanging on by just a tiny hair. I'll just go ahead and hit that again. Or I can just demonstrate how nearly there it is. Okay, so basically, had I not started fiddling with the plug, it would have come straight out with one hit before, but then I fiddled with it and blah 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 blah. Anyway, half there, half the plug there. Half the plug there. The reason there's only half a plug is I would have gone too far and too near to the anvil, so when I went back through it, just popped it in half. Anyway, there's your slot. We're ready to start drifting with the slot opener. Okay, so here I'm using a dialer hole. This is again something I picked up from Ron Brazil. I don't know whether it's something he came up with or whatever, but that's where I picked it up. And I'm going to take the 10mm hole for a 10mm drift. This happens to be a 10mm drift. Obviously this is hot rolled, so this is oversized. That'll squeeze right through there. Got my piece of hot. Now I'm going to get the small side. The small side is the side that we went in last. It's the side that we punched the plug out of. So I put this between my legs, hold this with my left hand, and I get this started. Make sure I'm in the right one. And then I switch it over and hold it in my left hand, outside of my legs, and I put it all the way through. Now I'm going to let the heat whip back. I'm going to select it to a different hole. This isn't a 12mm drift, so I can't go in that hole. It's actually a 12.6mm drift. So then I go into the opposite side. This is the 16mm hole. You want to make sure your hole is at the radius. So again, you can step back out of it and keep drifting. You don't want to force it at this stage. And I wouldn't classify that as forcing it. And then you get these little ears that you have to hit back. And I take my drift again. And I can run it through again if I need to. If this was the final sized hole, I'd run it back through to get rid of those ears. As you can see, there's very minimal suck down. If I take my dodgy calipers, we'd see that that is 15.9. And that is it's actually 15.9 as well, just a hair under 16. The only illusion is just on the very edge where it's stretched. There we are at 15. 9. Yeah, there we're at 15. True size drift. I've got to pick the hole I want to go in. I'm going to go in this hole first. So, put the drift in the hole, set it, and drive. Oh, I missed the down drift there. At this stage, if you like, you can go ahead and, I say if you like, what I was going to demonstrate there, pop the drift out, you go on the other side once the heat's whipped back. The heat's whipping back now. I'm ready to go on the other side and finish that off. Process. And there we go, that's pretty well centered there. It's not perfectly centered, I'm going to find my drift. Pull it off again. And then I can go back and forth. It's just make sure that our hole isn't shrinking on us too much. And we get as much true size that we like. Another trick you can do, you can let it cool off like that with the drift in the hole. Then pop it out once it's cold. There we go. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be I'm going to show some extreme vanity and put my touch mark on a punched hole. I can drop the punch from my foot. So anyway, that's simple. Whack a hole in a piece of steel, nice and easy. 16mm hole, 16mm square, minimal suck back, it's marginal. I say that's an alright hole myself. Keep it simple. See you next time!